Hey, what's good, y'all? I got my top 5 COD wish list here, and I got a search and destroy video in the background. I think this is like a 18-3 gameplay, but it's really not about the gameplay. I just wanted to let y'all know my list for the next Call of Duty. I think that MW2 got leaked, or MW3 got leaked in a court document, they said, with like FaZe swag or something. He talked about it. I don't know too much info, but if that's something you're interested in, you can go find it yourself. But like I said, is if Modern Warfare 3 is coming out in November, I just want to talk about 5 things that I hope that we either get or we get back. The first thing I want to talk about is map voting. That's been my biggest, or one of my biggest pet peeves this year playing Call of Duty. I feel like it's impossible to get a map that you actually enjoy. I've been hit with the dark map. I've been hit with black gold. I think that's the lighthouse map. And there's probably, and the one in the desert. I get hit with those 3 same exact maps so often that it gets boring and it gets frustrating. Versus if I had get hit with the more fun maps maybe 3 to 5 times, and then got hit with one of those bad maps, I wouldn't care as much. But yeah, they need to bring back map voting. Back then they gave you 2 options on a map plus a random. Now they give you no option, and you end up having to leave if you get a map that you don't like, because they don't know how to just make every map an equal chance. I don't get any of the good maps. I barely see Dome. I barely see Museum, and those are like my 2 favorite maps. So I want to hopefully. I remember. I just remember being able to get Nuketown, firing range whenever I wanted to. I want those days back. Another thing I want to talk about is explosives. Explosives this year were on a whole nother level. I'm talking cars could blow you up from miles away, and RPGs had radius of a C4 from Black Ops 1. I don't know what was up with this, but they got to fix this. I'll put on the explosive perk. That doesn't do anything. There's no purpose for it. There's no value. So I think that RPG should be a skill thing, and so you should hit near them, or if you have the perk, then you should have to actually hit direct impact on them in order to explode them. Obviously, if they're weak, then obviously they will die, but the RPGs are broken this year, and they have to be fixed, 100%. Even crossbow explosives, they don't even touch you if you don't get a stick. I was back then in Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, if you could shoot that crossbow, if the explosion happened near them, they would feel it. That doesn't happen anymore. And maybe they were just trying to nerf the crossbow, but I don't think anyone has ever complained about the crossbow. And I've been playing Call of Duty for a very long time, and I get it. I'm not a top-notch Call of Duty player that gets a word and saying on everything that comes out, but trust me, I don't think I've heard anyone complain about the crossbow. Third on my list is gun balance. I think that this year was a horrible way, or Call of Duty did a bad job at balancing the guns. There's a few guns you pretty much have to use in order to compete. You have to look at it from an average player perspective sometimes. If I'm an average player, I should be able to use every gun in the game and still be able to tune it, make it good, and compete. Sadly, I feel like there's about 5 guns that you have to use in order to compete this year. Sadly, also, 2 of those end up being a riot shield and a RPG. Anyone can use those, and it beats out everybody. So yeah, there's just certain things you have to use this year, and I wish there was more of a balance. There has been Call of Duties in the past where you could use any gun that they drop. It was all a matter of how you made it, how you created it. And I guess you could say that this year, but trust me, if you make an average player have a TAC 56 great class and a decent player, and you give him the worst class in the game, he won't be able to compete with that player. Doesn't matter what he can hear. It's not a balance this year. The next thing I would say is best kill cam, and this is kind of small, but let's be honest, we all miss that. We all miss the best kill cam. I don't know why they brought back final kill cam, but sometimes I think we go backwards on some things, and this was one of the things we went backwards. People want to see the kill cam of their friend getting 6 kills in a row, or the sniper on their team getting a quadruple kill. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see the boring, rushed, final 100 kill of the game. That's never been something that we all said, hey. And I don't know. I just think this is something very little, but I think it's a very easy tune-up that would change the game. This makes playing with friends a little bit more exciting. It's kind of like Search and Destroy when you're playing with friends and you see him get that final kill. It's kind of exciting because you're like, hey, I know that guy. The final thing I want to talk about is skill-based matchmaking. And I know every big YouTuber has talked about this, and I know I'm not big enough maybe to make complaints about this, but everyone goes through skill-based matchmaking. It doesn't matter what your KD is. It doesn't matter how many win-loss ratio you got. If you have near a 50% win percentage, you're either going up or you're either going down, and the game is forcing you to do that. They're not accidentally doing that. They're not randomly doing that. They're saying, hey, if you have a 60 win percentage, we're going to hit you with all the firepower we can to drop it. If you have a 31 percentage, we're going to hit you with all the bums we can to raise it. And I don't like this because it hurts the player. It hurts the average players the most. No one wants to get on the game and sweat every time they get on the game. Sometimes we want to get on the game and just chill or play people. Or you might want to play the sweat one game, but you run into scrapes or randoms the next 5 games. That's what people want. We don't want to have to try to compete for a win percentage or a KD that no one really checks or cares about. Leave that to the ranked stuff or something, but skill-based matchmaking, no one's ever asked for it. No one's ever said, hey, this is a great idea. I don't think anybody likes it, and I think the people who don't really worry about it don't understand it, and they don't understand how their lobbies work, but that was also a bad implement, in my opinion. And like I said, all it does is it hurts most of the community. No one wants to have to get on the game every second to go sweat their lives off. Some people just want to get on the game and chill. But yeah, that's my top 5. Let me know what y'all top 5 is in the comment section, or let me know one thing that you disagree or agree on, or yeah, something you want to implement. Just let me know. Give me some feedback in the comment section. I'll be there looking for comments, ready to respond, ready to reply. But I don't know. This is my top 5 that I'm wishing that we get for Call of Duty MW3. There might be a few more that I left off, but I think this will make it a really good game to start with, and you can always go from there. But so, I don't know. Sometimes I think that some of these game companies are actually going backwards versus going forward. Like, I think that Rockstar, for instance, does a really good job of going forward. I can see the progression per GTA. If I look from GTA 1 through 5, I can see each GTA going up, whether it's graphics, improvement on game, little things. They try to even get rid of hackers and bugs and all that. So I just want the same out of some of these companies that I play their games in, and hope that it's not just money hungry, and they're not just going for a quick sale, and just trying to sell off and market. Even though that's pretty much what this world is coming to, is just a marketing game. But anyways, let me know what y'all think if you made it this far, and appreciate it. Thank you.